this is the third week of civil unrest, and instead of bashing white people this week, I think we should change the subject. What about
who bashed white people?
I think we have been a little bit too hard on our fellow Caucasian Americans.
Not on the podcast.
I feel like it's just the overall like tone, the feel. Like it just feels like white people are
people been going hard on white
right,
people.
We just say white people, white people. And it's not all white people, but we just say white people like
so hard to wear their
we don't think it's all y'all. We know it's not
wash
all
our feet.
Y'all know who we talk to when we say white people. We mean the Karens of the world. The Karens and the Kyles with their monsters and the holes in the wall.
Bro, they are trying so hard for approval, and it's unnecessary. You don't have to wash our feet. You don't have to take pictures with dashikis on and kente cloth and kneel. Just be decent human beings, man, and don't be racist.
Y'all seen the one where they had where they put themselves in stocks?
No,
where they had the shackles on or something.
Okay, look here. All right, look.
And then it said they had shirts on that said "I'm sorry."
No, hey, that made an SNL skit. It was like, when you say slavery, you say sorry.
Oh, that's an SNL skit.
Yeah,
I thought that was like legit. Saying, people were actually doing it.
Oh my God,
that
they
probably
doing
is.
too much.
I've seen them go to the like. We want change. Treat us like you would each other. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking you to wash. When I saw that, I'm like, that is going a little bit like, that is going way too far. I don't know about that. I don't like nobody touching my feet. But there's no need for you to come wash our feet. And like the thing is, I think that was a church thing. Because I've seen it in the church where you wash somebody else's feet as a sign of like respect or something like that. Because Jesus washed like the feet of like the prostitutes. Like he washed his disciples' feet. So in the church.
It's humbling. Yeah. A humbling thing.
Right. So I think, and like from the picture that I saw, that's what I believe it was. It was at a church but at the same time, do we not want that? And even in that context, we've been saying how the church has been quiet.
So what's this say about the people that are allowing the white people to wash their feet and the photographer to take a picture of it and then put it out there?
Look here.
They laughing just like we are.
That's what I'm saying. It's so bold, though. I mean, look, them doing that, I don't think it alleviates the racial tension we have. I don't think it amplifies it, but it don't alleviate it none.
It brings the humor to it. It's like
straight up ain't nothing
entertainment.
Look, listen. Okay, you can giggle at it, but just looking at it, it's so cringe. It's kind of like, come on, like, is this what you guys think that we want? There may be some that do want that. Don't get me wrong. But
nah, I know it's some because I saw a video in New York. They was making them kiss their boots and saying this is how you humble yourself. It's a lot of stuff out here, man. It's crazy.
Look, y'all know how I feel about the looting that's going on, how unnecessary it is. But
salvaging.
I'd rather go the looting than the kissing my boots and washing my feet. Loot all you want. Don't do all that other stuff though with the kissing the feet and the washing.
I feel like you're overcompensating. If you're overcompensating to not seem racist, and you don't have to. If you're not, I had a friend reach out to me, and this friend is normally not on social media. Like, don't post anything, like at all. Period. And so I may say like maybe once or twice a year they post on any type of social media. And they reached out to me like, are you offended that I haven't reached out and I haven't said anything? Like, I haven't posted anything about this. And I immediately was like, what? No. Like, I know you. I know your heart. You don't have to post a meme or go out of your way to go and say something in order for us not to believe that you're racist. If you are actually true to a cause, you don't need validation or you don't need approval from those who you're rallying for.
Well, they're walking on eggshells.
Right, and like you don't need to. Like I told her, I'm like, yo, I know you. I know your heart. We would not be as good as friends as we are if you had any type of sense. Like, I've seen you in action. Like I've seen you when I exhibited or I experienced racism in certain ways. Like you were right there with me. You stood by me. And we're no longer friends with that person. Like, You've shown me enough. I don't need you to post anything to speak out because anybody who knows you knows you.
Well, this is why they're walking on eggshells, though. I think most white people mean well, regardless. Even when they post things that might be a little cringe, like the washing of the feet and wearing the dashiki, they mean well, but there's a lack of education there. And so when they do post something and they get attacked by it, now they're a little standoffish, like, hey, man, like, I don't know what to do. Because I've heard white people say, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Yeah, I've had that too.
And and the black people that I see tell them what to do. Some tell them to sit down and shut up. Some people tell them do research. Some people tell them be on the front lines. But it depends on the person you're talking to. You might get different information, and then when you do something, a different black person will come in and castrate you for doing that. So that's why a lot of white people will be like, I'm not sure. Like, am I doing the right thing? And I feel for those white people. I actually do.
Honestly, I feel like based off the answer depends on the question what you're asking me. If you're asking me what can you do, and then this is your time to be quiet and sit and learn because you don't know. If you don't need to ask me what to do, that means you've already educated enough and you already know what you need to do. Certain people, they are seeing a different side of things and they're just coming into their own. I had a friend on my Facebook page, even with the whole cap thing, was like, I was against it because I was trying to make it something it wasn't. Like, I realized my own privilege came out. I was like, I realized now it was my white privilege talking. And that was like self-realization. Like, I love it. You cool. You getting it. Cool. Even still though, that's where you sit and you now's the point for you to educate yourself. Because now you got the surf. Now we need to break this thing down for you so you can fully understand. Because when we break away from police brutality, because please believe this is just the start. When we break away from police brutality and we start talking about the real systemic stuff, it's not going to comprehend to you. You're not going to get this because a lot of this stuff, I'm going to have to go back to slavery and educate you on how voting laws are racist, on how a lot of huge demographic, when they first started instituting racist voting laws, they couldn't read or write. And it took a minute for them to be able, so the whole educational tests and stuff they put, like, when we start breaking down into the systemic part of it, you're not going to know. So if you don't know,
you just exploded their face right there. You can't one thing at a time, man. Let's get.
I'm just saying, like, if you gotta ask, it's time to sit and learn. Like,
but what if they feel like they do have the answer?
Who got the answer? They ain't got the answer, Sway.
No, you can't. No, we ain't with them. The ones that think they got the answers.
Maybe I worded this wrong. What if they feel like they know what to do based on the information they were given by another black person? Should they not post, or should they not go to the front lines? Like, what do they do in those situations?
If another black person has told you, hey, you got it cleared by a member of the black community, by all means. Now, am I saying that black person right or wrong? No, but the response you get. But the thing is, the response you get from that is going to let you know whether or not it's right or wrong. And don't.
But what if the person? But what if the person that admonishes the white person for posting? What if they're wrong? So now the white person is just confused.
This is where you go do your own education. You go do your own research. You go do your own. Quit looking up to us to give you all the answers. If you really want to learn, you go find it for yourself. Simple as that.
Yep. Google.
You can ask us, like, look, you can either go from Candace Owens to Sean King. How extreme do you want to go? Like, you can find variations of black people. Like, I'm just saying.
Hold on, because you can't. No, that is not a range.
That is a range.
Candace Owens should not be included on the spectrum of black people you should be researching for advice.
But sometimes you have people like Candace Owens who you thinks a certain way because she's well educated. She has a PhD and like people esteem her. Certain people listen to her. Okay, she knows what she's talking about. Or you have people on the other extreme like Sean King who puts it out here like he's this big activist and he doesn't, which he does. However, he's known to have things backfire on him like he don't know what he's talking about as well. Because he's a react first and then get the full information later type person. So even between both sides of those, it's up to you to go seek and find the information and what you're looking for. You can ask somebody all you want to, but the thing is, Google is free. The World Wide Web has all the information you need. Go to a library.
I agree with you, but then there's such thing as bad information. So there's some black people that have said some things or done some things to a case in point, the washing of the feet and the dashiki thing, to where they do that, and then you're looking like, huh? Where are you from? Where they do that at? And then white people will take that and they'll run with it. There's black people do give bad information.
But first, when you bring that up and say black people give bad information, you have to go ahead and verify that it was a black person that told them to go do that. Because I guarantee you, I want to guarantee this. I'll take my guarantee. I'm not going to guarantee this, but it's more probable than not that they were put on the spot and some pastor at that time was just like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to show you, come up here, sit down and have a seat. Let me go up there and sit up. The pastor say, come up here and have a seat in the middle of the service. You can go have a seat. Like, you're not going to embarrass the pastor by defying him. Like, no, you in church for a reason. They went up there and they said, no, we're going to wash your feet. Like, and then I guess he laid it out in biblical terms. Like in Matthew chapter 9, verse 34, and blah, blah, Jesus washed the feet of blah, blah, we're going to wash your feet. Okay, cool. Wash their feet. They all with it because they caught up under the Holy Spirit. Picture goes viral. I don't see that. You have to first verify that a black person gave them that wrong information before you associate that with that. Because I find that I'm wanting to find that hard to believe that a black person gave them, just like them damn kente cloths that Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi had on. Yeah.
Somebody told them they will get points if they do that.
Oh, definitely.
Listen,
and I know it couldn't have been no white person.
You don't know.
I don't know.
They should listen to us.
Right.
They should listen to us. The Stewart Center has a scale that they put out of the different levels of races for white people to follow. I'm gonna link it in the show notes so people can go download it and check where they are. This is my favorite. The white saviors. They give you justifications like whites were slaves too, so I can help you. I relate. I relate to you. There are plenty of successful people of color. They just need to work harder. There's only one race, the human race. That's the woke justification for people. That's like when you are coming down, you're getting closer. You're getting closer down the scale to actually being an ally, but
breaking up.
I know. I feel like the whole there's only one race, but the human race. I just got into it with somebody over that. That to me should be a little bit higher on the scale. That to me
of racist being racist.
Yes, because I literally hate when people say I don't see color.
What is that? What is that?
That's an excuse for you to be secretly racist.
One second, Chris. What does that fall under, dude?
Which one? I don't see color, or
no. The
only one race. Only one race.
What does that fall under?
That's when they become woke. That's right after they get over white savior, where they believe they have all the answers to the problems. No. So right in between performance ally and white savior. Performance ally is I can help you with your movement, but I gotta lead it.
Okay, so where does I don't see color fall? Is that more racist or less racist than?
Oh, that's more racist.
Okay.
Yeah, I
agree with that.
I thought that was lower towards like the not racist. I'm like, that needs to be higher.
No, because when people say
I don't see color. Yeah, I don't see color is higher up in the scale in racism because they haven't come to the realization that our differences is what's really separating us.
I honestly, you know what? I don't buy the fact that they say that they haven't come to the realization. Those motherfuckers know. Sorry, Mom. They know. Like it's just an excuse for them to be like, oh, I'm racist, but I don't want to address my racism, or I don't want to address the fact that what I said was racist, or that I tend to side with racist people. But it just be like, oh, I don't see color, so it's okay for me to say what I want to say. There's no problem because I don't see color. I treat you all the same. That's bull.
I tell people all the time when they tell me they don't see color, well, I hope you do because I'm black.
Right.
That's what I am. I'm black. You're
like
white. I see color.
The key is to accept our differences. That's the thing, to accept our differences. The thing is, the point is to be like, okay, you're different than me, and I'm going to treat you the exact same way as everybody else. There's nothing wrong with being different.